Hey everyone, my name's Ren, and welcome back to my Soul Level 1 challenge run of Dark Souls 3. In the last stream, we finally got up to Nameless King, so I am so excited to jump back in. So let's take him on and see what happens today. And I will say that during my practice run of this, I did get him down, but it did not go well. It took many hours and was not smooth, and I used the Morning Star on him, which is what we'll be starting with today, but I kind of think I might switch back to the sword just because it's what I'm more familiar with and it's what we've been using for this run. And I'm just checking that I have the Dark Clutch ring on. And let's see, that is not the way. You would think after dying a million times to him, I would remember the path to getting to him. You would think. And I mostly have been doing the lock on, but I don't know. I feel like it makes everything a lot worse. That was... Yeah, we gonna be here a while. Oh my gosh, hard part! Welcome in, and thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate it. Oh, Ka, how are you all doing? Hello. How did your weekend go? Both of you, or anyone who's here, I just want to hear all about it. Did you all get into anything fun? And during my practice runs, I did try the Karthus ring, and I think it kind of helped. So I might end up switching the Dark Clutch ring off and doing that again. I just struggle with the camera. It's so bad in this first phase. It's a whole situation. And I know some guides say that you can just outrun this and you don't have to roll. I never was able to outrun it, so I don't know what those guides are talking about. Maybe it's been patched or something since the game came out. I don't know. Biffin. Biffin again. More biffs. I can't see. Oh God. I think he's doing the fire. Yeah. Okay, we got a stagger. That's good. That's good. Helpful. Good things. I'm learning to wait on that move. Oh, I'm too far. I know it's the fire, but I need to just back up. I'm learning to play it safe. All right, phase two. And in my practice run, I kind of stayed back from him, but I'm going to try something different in this attempt. I'm going to try to stay a little bit closer because I've noticed that that's what a lot of no-hitters do, so I'm going to see if that helps because I just not sure my timing on mid-range was very good. He's so cool though, y'all. And I'm kind of curious on his lore. So he is Gwyn's son, right? And I'm not really sure past that what the story is. But he's so cool. Nope, that was badly timed. I should have healed sooner. Get up. Running away because he's scary. Nope. That was bad. I should have rolled in. That was such a dumb time to heal. Nope, I'm dead. I might switch back to the sword because the reason I was using the Morning Star is because it allegedly staggers him, but in my practice runs, I think I got it to stagger him once. So if anyone has any idea of how do you get staggers on him? And I'm going to catch up on chat. Oh no, you might have had COVID. Shoot, are you feeling better? Doing good, thanks. Just making some dinner, so I'm here and away. Had ramen and some drinks this weekend. Really enjoyed it. Watched Formula 1 with some friends on Sunday morning and played Wolong for a bunch. Ooh, so fun, Ka. You'll have to let us know. How are you liking Wolong? And thank you. Yeah, I went thrift shopping and I had a lot of Mexican food and margaritas. And I also showed a friend Aliens. They had never seen the movie Aliens before, so it was really cool to get to share that with them because that's one of my all-time favorite movies. It's the whole reason my cat's name is Ripley. He is indeed Gwyn's son. He was erased from the annals of history by Gwyn. The Nameless King sided with the dragons in the war. Okay, that's kind of what I thought because I was like, I can't remember exactly why he ended up becoming nameless, like why his name was erased. But there's some indication that he's one of the, what are they called? Like the, not Pharosan Knights, but something like that, right? But it's not like for sure. It starts with an F. I can't remember. Oh my God. Nope. Nope. Oh, Rudy Jones, first time chatter. Welcome in, Rudy. How did you find us and how are you doing today? We're just taking on Nameless King. I've taken him down once in my practice runs, but with much effort and not very clean. So we're here practicing and trying to get a little bit better at it today. Aliens is so good. Thank you. Wait, yeah, they had never seen Aliens. They had seen Alien though, so there was some redemption. But it was really fun. It's always fun to share your favorite movies with friends and folks that have never seen it before. And Wolong is fun. It's all about deflections, parries versus rolls and dodges. I'm about 5 or so larger bosses in. That's so sick. Is it similar to anything you've played before, Ka? Because I've heard that it's kind of like a love child between Sekiro and Nioh. But I've only ever played Sekiro, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna stay back so I can actually see what's happening. Nope. So I dodged too soon, I guess? So his spear hit me right on the edge of the iframes? Just checking out DS3 streams. I used to play this game, had like 1,700 hours, never beat SL1. Oh, that's so cool. Do you think you'd ever get back into trying a challenge run of some sort? That's so sick. Yeah, this is my first DS3 Soul Level 1. On my practice run that I do off stream, I just have Cinder left, so I took down every other boss, and I was feeling pretty good about it, but like I said, Nameless is really, really hard for me. Like, even the first phase, which is not supposed to be that hard. I'm predicting it's probably going to take a couple of streams for these final bosses, although the princes I took down today on my practice run, and it wasn't as bad. Like, Nameless for me might be the hardest SL1 boss, for me personally. I don't know, I just really struggle with him for some reason. Oh god. Okay, I know that's fire, but I need to regroup. I can't see. The camera is buck wild in this first phase, y'all. I need to heal. Too soon. It's too soon. I just keep rolling way too soon on that one. And then I can't see. I think he's doing his fire. I think that's what the screech means. Damn. This camera's savage, folks. Absolutely savage. Now he's gonna fly. That was shit. Yeah, I might go lightning so I can stagger this. I can't. I know that's fire. I know that's a good time to get hits in, but I couldn't see. I didn't want to risk getting stabbed by Stabby McStabberson. Okay, we got a stagger. That's good. Back to flying around. Let's see if I can not die to this spear. Gonna readjust. Daddy McStabberson is such a jerk. Oh, welcome in, Pro Mike. Welcome in. Has this run convinced you, Pro Mike, to try to try Dark Souls? So y'all, I'm still trying to convince Pro Mike to give Dark Souls a try. Yeah, I did a run through the game for the first time in a year due to switching consoles. My final time was 1 hour 41. Hell yeah, no, that's so sick. That's so cool. Do you do a lot of other Soulsborne games then, Rudy? And which one is your favorite? I'm definitely Team Bloodborne. That's my absolute favorite. Oh, kick that dragon's butt. I haven't played either of those games, but that's what I've heard too. You can't be as aggressive in Sekiro. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I watched a lot of people play Wolong and it looks sick. I buried my eyeballs out before I finished the game, but I do love watching it. I don't know. I think you'd do a lot better than you think you would. It was too soon. I'm not dead, but I'm almost dead. It was too soon. His attacks are real delayed, folks. Too late. I'm dead. Yeah, my rolls, I was panic rolling. That was my bad. I think it's because I'm trying to stay closer to him than I did in the practice runs, because that's what I saw everyone doing. Like, in the no-hitters, they stay like right up on him, and I thought that it looked like it would help avoid some of those stab attacks, but maybe I need to get even closer. So next time on the part 2, I'm gonna really press into him, like really stay like right up in his grill and see if that helps. It reminds you so much of Ornstein. Like, he's like a cross between Ornstein and then also Dragon Slayer armor kind of reminds me of Ornstein too. DS3 is my favorite unpopular opinion, but the online game kept the game alive. PvP was great. I've actually never done PvP. I think Hardfart has done a little bit of it before. And also, I think I'll try a few more good or decent attempts with the Morningstar, and then I'll probably try switching back to the sword and see how that goes for me. Too soon. Because the bird needs lightning, you know, to really get those good staggers on the bird. Really? I thought for sure I got that dodge, but apparently not. The music's sick though. What's he doing? Oh God. This camera. No, that was a waste. That was so bad. Oh, and this is fire, but I'm too far away. Not gonna risk it. Not risking it for the biscuit. Oh my God. I have no idea what is even happening half the time. Okay. Oh, fire, but too far away, too far away, too far away. Trying to be safer. Okay. I don't know if I'll make this. I don't know if I'll make it! Oh God. That was horrible phase 1! Okay. Yeah, let me try staying up in his grill. Maybe not. Too soon. a statue. Yeah, like, I wonder if I need to cue the roll or something. Because I'm not getting the roll out fast enough with this weapon. No? I'm trying to only attack when he stabs. No? Oh, he does double. Interesting. Okay. Too soon. Too soon. When he goes off camera, you have to wait a split second, so I rolled too soon, and that's why I died there. I would risk almost anything for a biscuit. I love biscuits. What kind of biscuits are your favorite, though, Hardfart? What console are you playing on? This is a PS4. And welcome back, Asiodor! And remind me again, Asiodor, you said you had to boogie the other day to go do some Dungeons & Dragons. So how did your Dungeons & Dragons go? I want to hear everything. And I want to know if you're a Dungeon Master or if you're just playing. And my toxic trait is thinking I could beat this guy first try when I haven't played DS3 in a year. I love that that's your toxic trait. Yeah, so for anyone who just came in, we have taken him down in the practice run. I'm using the Morning Star because I thought the dark would be helpful on him, but let me try this. My rolls are not great, y'all, so let me try this instead and see if this helps the situation. I know we can take him down. It might take a few streams, but that's okay. It took me literally hours in my practice stream, but I did get him, so I know it's possible. I know we can do this, but we might be here a while. But that's okay. Oh my god. Oh, fire, but I'm too far away. Man, the music's popping off, y'all. Nope, I rolled too soon. No idea what even happened there, but alright. Oh god. Run! This camera. Too soon? Oh. Really? Woo. Imagine me, dear. Wait, what is Fan Delver? And I'll catch up on this. I'll be right back on the chat. I want to see what y'all are saying. Maybe I should stay close. No. Too soon? Too soon? Too soon. His attacks are so delayed. I'm gonna try switching back to the sword and buffing and see if that helps, because I feel like the Morningstar is too slow for my playstyle, so let's try that. My memory is fantastic. You be an impressive player. Actually, a lot of my friends do play it. Let me see if I can carry both, or if that's gonna make me too heavy. Let's try it. A lot of my friends do play it, but I'm too shy. I know that it seems strange because I like to stream and stuff like that, but I am so shy, and I don't feel like I'm very good at improv. So I'd have to play a very silent character. Oh, the flaky ones with butter and honey. Oh, now I'm hungry, Hardbar. That sounds amazing. You're geeking out, doing D&D jokes that I have no idea about. So D&D 5th edition story set is called The Last Minds of Fandover. I freaking love that. So do you all, too slow, more like not big enough, I know, right? It's like carry little Morningstar. I need big bonking stick. I need one of the DMAC weapons. So y'all, DMAC is Oonga Boonga stick user, and I'm a Dex player. So, right now I need a bigger stick. It's like that Jaws line, I think you're gonna need a bigger bolt, but I'm gonna need a bigger stick. Do you all, if you like D&D, do you watch Critical Role and all of that? Like, I feel like they are so talented. It's intimidating because, like, when I see that sort of thing, I'm like, yeah, fire, shoot. I'm like, there's no way I could ever be as talented as that crew. Like, they're so good. I know it's fire, I know I should have ran in, but 2-4. That was a pretty clean phase one. We're getting the hang of phase one. It's still slow though. Okay, let's try this. Now for something totally different. No! No! I thought with a faster weapon, maybe you could get 2 hits in. I think it's only going to be 1 hit then, right? So you can only do 1 hit. Oh, you watch Critical Role on Dimension 20? Strength build. When you need... What's that line when it's like, you don't need firepower when you're rocking these guns? In my case, little cap guns. How would you feel if your DM tried to prompt you for RP and improv for role-playing? Wait, are you just asking in general? Or me? Because, like, I don't know. Like I said, I've never really... I would be nervous. Like, even if it was someone that I really knew and trusted, I would be super, super shy about it. I'm just a shy person. And I'm really bad at, like, board game kind of things. Like, I know it's not a board game, but I'm bad at, like, any kind of group sort of game for some reason. And Dimension 20 is great, like the Fantasy High. It's really funny. I love D&D and haven't watched much Critical Role. I haven't played in a couple of years. The pandemic really put a dent in that for me. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like it's also hard, like, when you're an adult, like, trying to get everyone together to, like, do things and whatnot. And you watch Critical Role thinking I'll never be that good. It's like watching Lobos and thinking you'll never be that good as a Souls player. True, 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 true. Oh yeah, Gino Machino. I can't believe more people, I feel like not enough people know about Gino Machino because they're amazing. They're so freaking talented. But no, I know, it's an unrealistic expectation. I've acknowledged before that in general, I have a lot of unrealistic expectations for myself, and my brain does silly things like that. Where I shouldn't worry or compare myself, but sometimes your brain is silly. Sometimes your brain does dumb things. Really, again. Ooh. Can we get stagger, please? No stagger. Oh god. Woo! Was there anything I could have done there? Because I heard it, but I don't think I was close enough to run in. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh, because some players do not like that spotlight? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gino Machino is amazing. I think they did the first SL1 DS3, no infusions, no upgrades, like, no hit. It was insane. Like, literally, nothing was upgraded, nothing was infused. Bree learned Elden Ring hitless in a week, and she says she still isn't good at the game. If she's not good enough, what the hell am I? Fave movie? Oh my gosh! Hey George, welcome in. So, favorite movie, Rudy, that's a tough one. I tend to really like sci-fi movies. I was mentioning earlier that I just showed a friend Aliens for the first time. My cat's name is Ripley. So if that tells you anything, I love, you know, the original Star Wars movies. I'm trying to think. Indiana Jones, when I was growing up, Indiana Jones was really big for me. So what about y'all? You'll have to tell me your favorite movies. And I love horror. Like, The Thing is great. Alien is, of course, a masterpiece. I'm trying to think what else I really like. Usually just horror and sci-fi. That's kind of my go-tos. And George, yeah, hello. Y'all, George is so amazing. George actually did a Rune Level 1 Elden Ring run, which is just completely bonkers to me. And, I mean, taking down Millennia, like, I can't even imagine. And George, it's going, well, it's Nameless King on SL1. It's going how you might expect. But I did take him down in a practice run. So I know that we can do it, you know, I know that we can do it. It's just about getting the muscle memory and figuring this out. And maybe, you know, winning the forever war on the camera. No. Let's heal. It was too soon. Too soon. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna back up. But in my, yeah, like in my practice run, I only have Cinder left for the base game. And I don't know if y'all have noticed, but there is a new community challenge up in my channel points for us to potentially start working on Ashes of Arienda once we get through the base game. That was too far. I don't know why I did that. That was silly. I knew I wasn't gonna hit him. Oh, that was bad. I can't believe I got out of that. I dodged way too soon. This camera is so bonkers, y'all. Maybe a stagger soon would be nice. Maybe I can make it. Maybe I can make it. I really need to learn how to play these games on lock because I know in a lot of cases it would make it better, but I'm just not able to do the claw position to be able to navigate the camera easier. That could have been the end, but like I said, if I'm not sure I can make it, I don't want to get roasted. No roasted like marshmallow. Claw is so bad for your fingers. Oh gosh, I know. Like Arthritis City. And especially because I need my hands for my livelihood. And every activity I love, like climbing and gaming, it revolves around it. So. Really? I feel like that wasn't a one hit before. Maybe because I have the Karthus ring on. Shoot. Shoot, shoot. Hot Fuzz! I love Hot Fuzz! And Shawshank is such a good movie. I'm from Ohio originally, and the Shawshank Redemption was actually shot in a prison, an old prison called the Mansfield Reformatory. And they do haunted tours of it around Halloween time, which is kind of fun. Oh, y'all contributing. Y'all contributing. Uh-oh. Thanks, George. Thank you, Hard Fart. Phase 1, I can do a hit list, but can't get a second one down for the life of you. Oh, same. Oh, Alien definitely is better than Aliens. I mean, they're different movies, though, of course. You know, Alien is much more horror. Aliens is much more about action. I like them both for different reasons. I think, objectively, Alien is probably the better film, though. And yeah, Star Wars. Do y'all have a favorite Star Wars? And I know Ka's been watching The Mandalorian. Have you all tuned in for the 3rd season? Hard part, I am dying. So I'm always talking about how much I love animals, and Hard part literally was telling Conan the Barbarian how Arnold Schwarzenegger straight up punches a camel. And I'm always literally going on, I'm like, oh, I love animals so much, I love animals. And then he posted that, I died. I was like, what is this? Why are you making me hate Arnold? Oh, the 80s were a much different time. Like, he literally looked like he straight up socked the camel. It's absolutely absurd. Really? Interesting. So far away on these fires. I just get nervous because I never know he was going to do the stabby move. Too slow. No overhead. You have to watch it because sometimes he does the overhead. I have no idea what was even happening there. What's she doing? What's she doing? Alright. Nope, he's gonna go for a ride. I mean, he's so cool looking though, y'all. He's scared. Oh, well. Oh my gosh, this. Oh god. Maybe I'll make it. Maybe I'll make it. Like, I just feel like I'm not doing as much damage as if I was using a lightning weapon, so I don't know. Come on. Where's the stagger? I was gonna say, I'm like, I thought the stagger should be getting close. Yeah, even if you run, it's really hard to get in when he does that charge thing. Oh my gosh. Oh god. Nope, 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 nope. Terminator is greater than Terminator 2. Yeah, I think I usually end up watching Terminator 2 a little bit more because, again, like, I tend to go more for the action stuff. And what I was going to say about Hot Fuzz is that's, like, one of my all-time favorite movies. Like, that movie I've seen so many times. Okay, this is probably a stupid idea, but let's just try this. It's probably going to be real bad. And I know I can buff, but I don't want to do that yet. And maybe this would help us not get one shot. I don't know. Let's try something else. Let's just see. Actually, I should not be two-handing it. Hold on, I should not be two-handing it because that's going to be a problem for stamina recovery. But yes, Hot Fuzz, no matter how many times I see that movie, I just die laughing. I think Simon Pegg is an absolute treasure. And Glorious Bastards, it's a really, really good choice. It has amazing acting. Like Christoph Waltz in that movie. What an actor, oh my gosh. Like that first scene where he visits the house is so, so intimidating and nerve-wracking. Is that doing better damage, do y'all think? It looks like it is. Oh God. Oh man, that stagger came real fast, y'all. Maybe this is the way, as the Mandalorian would say. Oh yeah. Oh, this is not the way. Oh my God, that was really scary. That went a lot faster, no? No, too soon. Too soon. Too freaking soon. Was the damage better, though? Do you all think the damage was better for it? Good for having the roll buttons on the back trigger. I'll have to check. I don't know if I've looked at any of the Pro controllers, but that sounds amazing, because I definitely would like to be able to do stuff more unlocked, but I don't want to get carpal tunnel. Oh, you're gonna spend $200 on new controllers and stop clawing? My middle finger on the right hand is not happy. Oh yeah, definitely be careful, hard fart, especially because I know you also really love climbing, and losing our fingers as climbers is no fun, no bueno. Oh, hell yeah, George. Well, y'all, like, over in Europe, y'all are wild. Y'all are buck wild climbers, like, so freaking fearless. Like, in particular, like, British trad climbing is the scariest stuff. Like, I like how, like, Alex Honnold won't even do British routes. So, yeah, European folks are bold. You'll have to let us know if you have any favorite climbs that you've done. Hardfart and I really love the Utah climbs here in America. My favorite that I've done is Ancient Art, which is a desert tower out in Moab, and it was just like, you felt like you were standing on top of the world. It was just absolutely incredible. Run, run, run! Oh God. Where's the stagger? I was gonna say, I was counting, I was like, it should be coming. I mean, I'm not great at maths, but... Oh. Yeah, I think that's going a lot faster. Now we just have to, I mean, we'll get first phase consistently, but we just have to get better at timing our rolls, you know? He's just damn scary. Too soon? He's so delayed. It follows it up. He follows it up, and I knew they did. That was silly. Shoot. Rise of Skywalker? Really? I actually didn't really like that one, but mostly just because I'm not too keen on the new ones. I was quite happy with just how the original story kind of went. Why? I'm trying to think of, I don't remember, because that was the third one, right? Like, if I'm not mistaken, because I actually get, like, all the new ones' names confused, because I just don't remember. Empire Strikes Back is mine as well, Rudy. Totally agree. I like anything that's a little bit darker, you know? Empire? Hell yeah, hard part. Oh, the Phase 1 Dragon DMG. So yeah, I think, do y'all, hold on, let's talk for a second. Do you think, like, maybe staying with the sword, and then, like, when I'm getting a good attempt, oh, hold on, wait. What we should do is we should have an Ember ready just in case of a good attempt. And I actually might Ember just to try to see the moveset and try to get everything a little bit better in Phase 2. And then I know that Fire Clutch would probably help for that maybe a bit, but I just want to kind of keep that life ring up. Was what I watched when I was younger, the prequels, but it's easy. Empire original trilogy is the best trilogy of all time. I agree. It's really, really good. Because, like, for me, I really like Indiana Jones again, but I only really watched the first and the third. I don't really watch the second one so much. A New Hope is kind of a terrible movie. I don't know. I like it, and I think it had a lot of, I mean, it's not the best one of the trilogy. I think that definitely goes to Empire, but for me, I have a lot of nostalgia for it. In particular, I felt like Luke Skywalker when I was growing up. I basically lived in a Tatooine-like area, and so that moment when he's looking at the binary suns definitely made me, I knew what that felt like. I knew what it felt like to long for something better when there was nothing around you. Okay, that was silly. That was silly. That was just dumb. Oh, glad that was delayed. And I'll catch up on the rest of the chat in a second. Yeah, you bust through that wall, Nameless King. He's just tearing down all of the architecture around him. I wish you could two-hand or post, but I thought that you could, but then the other day when we tried it on Pontiff, I guess maybe you can't. Oh god. Oh god. Woo-hoo-hoo. That was stressful. Sure likes riding this around. Just going for a ride. Oh, you had a large portion of your life take place near the Hot Fuzz film? Oh, that's so cool. Do you know anyone who got to see it being filmed at all? Like, that would be so sick. Inglourious Bastards, yeah. Broadsword seems like a better option. Yeah, I agree. Oh, the opening scene when when Simon Pegg like skids on his bike, like the advanced bike maneuvers. I'm not allowed to climb anymore because of hypermobility, but I've done climbs in Cheddar Gorge and I love tree climbs. That's so sick. I'll have to look up Cheddar Gorge. I'm not familiar with it, George. Astra's sword for this? I probably wouldn't be able to upgrade it at this point. I think I've used pretty much all the slabs and Titanite and whatnot. Oh, welcome me and Joel. How are you doing today? How was your weekend? Oh, Knights of the Old Republic was your favorite Star Wars game? Oh god, you'll have to tell me, what's the story of that one exactly? Stop! Because I'm not too familiar with the games. I don't even know, like, who you play as. Oh, too early! Too early! Too early! Why? I mean, I know why I'm scared. That's exactly it. And then it's a second. Stop! Stop stabbing! Oh, that one's fast, though. Oh my god. That's called getting nervous under pressure, folks. That's called getting nervous under pressure. The pacing has got it takes almost half an hour to meet the protagonist of the film, a character who shows zero emotion when seeing the charred corpses of the people who raised him. When his mentor dies, he grieves for all of 15 seconds and then is all happy cheery when killing some thousands of people. That's fair. I like when you put it that way, it definitely is a little bit grim. And Joe, I'm so glad your weekend was good. And I should play it though. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. That sounds cool. Because I do love Star Wars. There's a cheeky slab in the first DLC. I got that one though. So here's the thing. So I've upgraded 3 weapons. So I have this sword. I have the Morning Star because I was planning to do deep staggers with him. Deep staggers. And then I have the Great Slayer axe for the twins, for twinsies. So For Knights of the Old Republic, telling the story of the story arc is difficult because it relies on plot twists along the way, but you start playing someone that crashes on a planet and you're making to escape the Empire chasing a Jedi that was on your ship. You make your own character in it, which is what I truly loved. Do you feel like in Knights of the Old Republic you can play evil, or does the game penalize you for being a little bit bad? Because I like to kind of play a little bit naughty. Okay, y'all recommend it? Hell yeah. And the character actually matters. Cool, cool. Yeah, the nose! Choking. Yep. It happens. It's okay. It's okay. Like I said, like, we've been going for an hour. I've mentioned that this boss in particular has probably given me the most trouble on my practice run, and we almost got him. Like, we almost got him. So, like, this... And if I had buffed, like, this time I'll try buffing and see if we can get a little bit more damage in that phase, too. And if we don't get him today, we'll probably get him next time, and that's totally okay. It's not a problem to sometimes take a while, especially because we've only got a few bosses left, you know. Ah, shit! I'm just so far! Too early. I knew it was too early. I could feel it. I could feel it in my bones. When he flies, I'm gonna heal. Double choking. Do you ever feel like that? Like you have one good attempt and then you start like, I don't know, like playing like garbage? What are you even doing? Give me that head. Give me that stagger. Depth perception for the fail. Okay. Too early. Too early. Shit. I wonder... I'll try this ring setup and then maybe I'll try something else. Like maybe I'll try... I don't know, like maybe... I don't know what rings would even do well. Hey there, Leo, welcome in. So we're about an hour of practice attempts, or rather attempts on Nameless King. It's okay. Like some attempts are better. We had him down where I just choked. It happens. We were probably like 1 or 2 hits from getting him and I messed up, but it happens. We're happy to see you. How was your weekend? I'm catching up real quick. You play fully evil. I like it, because I definitely am very like Team Sith. Do it. Well, I've mentioned to y'all before that I saw a, hold on, I'm gonna drink some water. I saw a play with Ian McDiarmid, who plays Emperor Palpatine, and he was buck-ass naked in it. Like, I've literally seen Emperor Palpatine's ass. Which is like a brand new sentence, just not something you say every day. Oh, Isildur, of course. I'm so glad that you were able to stop by, and I'm definitely going to look into some of these D&D things you all mentioned, and really appreciate the support that you came out, so hope to see you soon. Alright, let's do this. Or, try to traverse the fog. I don't know what just happened there. I was like clicking the wrong button or something. Alright. Deep breaths. I'm kind of surprised, and I thought the timing was okay, but apparently not. I need an instant replay. That was too soon. That was stupid as hell. I'm just gonna get out of there. I need to reassess the situation, reevaluate everything up in here. I know it's like free damage, but like I said, I'm trying not to do stupid stuff. Trying not to get charbroiled. Oh my god. Oh god. I just got my shit wrecked. I'm dead. I'm dead. That was stupid. Okay, hold on. Hold on! I do not approve of that attempt. That was not good. The whole country is on strike, so no transport. Oh, shoot! I didn't realize that. Hopefully you're doing okay, though, and if you have to get anywhere, that you'll be able to do so safely. Leo's also joining us from Europe. I'm so excited that we got some EU friends in today. And some Canadians, too, I think. Alright. After the next phase, too, let's try to think and, like, talk about if there's something else we can try for a strategy. Other than not choking. Oh my god. Lock off. I think I'm too far. Am I too far? He's just flying all around. I freaking thought that one was okay too. I guess I have to be more to the left. Yeah, I think on his lightning thing, you just need to be like right there next to the... This is a rocky phase 1, folks. Oh. Yeah, I think you have to be to the left. I think that was my problem. I ain't leaving home. Yeah, be safe, Leo. It's buffing time. And dying time. No. Oh, I always die! I always die! Why do I do that? Because he can follow it up with a second, and I always forget that. No, that's so much good damage. Haha! Shit. Oh, that doesn't... Okay, I wasn't sure how that does stuff. Okay, well that was not good. We literally had to use every ounce of everything. But we did it. And that's all that matters. I am taking it. I'm gonna take it. Thank you, Hardbart. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that was messy as all hell. Not a good run, but we got him. And that's all that matters on this. Oh, you did the math? If you kept the weapon buff the entire time, it only saved you 3 hits on phase 2? Really? Damn, that buff... So, is he weak to anything? Like, I'm assuming he's not weak to lightning. Like, I would assume he's lightning resistant. But that's surprising that it only saves you 3 hits. Yeah, that was... that was not good, folks, but I do not care. I do not care. So the other thing that we have to do still is we have to go do the old Demon King, which I don't even know the fight. I literally just go in and hack and slash and tank the hits, basically, because I just don't really care too much to learn that fight. And Solera of Ostora, how are you? Welcome in. He is weak to fire and dark, but the buff only added 15 DMG. That's silly. That's so silly. Because like I said, I got the Morningstar all upgraded, all deep infused, because it was supposed to stagger him, but then when I tried it, it never staggered him in my practice run. Well, it staggered him like maybe once. And actually on that, I'm kind of curious, like when you go to stagger these enemies, is it time-based? Like, I mean, you have to get so many hits in within, like, you know, a pretty quick succession to be able to get the stagger? Because, like I said, like, sometimes it just wasn't staggering him at all, and I wasn't sure why.
It wasn't neat.
All right, so we need to upgrade this bad boy. So we need 5 Titanite chunks. Let's go buy some. Because this is what we're going to use for the princes.
SL1.
It wasn't neat.
And we are going to make it raw. Okay.
Pretty be careful. I don't want to see him.
And if we are having any good runs, I want to have gold pine resin for the princes to do even extra damage to them. But like I said, first let's go down, just get old Demon King out of the way. And like I said, I don't know this battle. I just pretty much go in, hit him with the pointy end of my with my stick, and hope for the best. So it might take a few tries. I literally just don't even know this boss because I just usually honestly don't care. Like I kind of forget that he's even down there, you know? But if y'all have any old Demon King strategies, you'll have to let me know. I don't even know where he is. It's, I thought it was down... Not here. Not that. Where are you at? Where are you at? Maybe it's Demon Ruins? You can see I definitely don't care about this upcoming boss. And I think he's supposed to be weak to dark, but I think I'm gonna just try him. Let's try that. Let's try the axe. Did I pick up the hunter's ring off stream? Let's see. I don't even know, because I don't know if... Let's see if this does good damage on him, because like I said, I have no idea about this boss. I'm probably just gonna tank all the hits, but that's okay. And maybe stay to his front? I don't even know. Is that AoE? Is this a stagger? Okay, well, we just wrecked his shit. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Easy. I missed it. The axe did crazy damage on him, hard part. Like I said, I don't even know anything about this boss. I was like, I'm just gonna go up and hit him with the pointy end of my stick and hope for the best. Alright, so I think, and off camera, so basically what I did do is I upgraded this weapon, and then I also opened the shortcut, and I picked up the hunter's ring so I could wield the weapon, and then I picked up I opened the shortcut so we can take on the princes. So in my practice runs, I have had a little bit of a problem with the princes. They're hard. They're hard. But we'll see. I do think this weapon is pretty OP on them though, and so it's just a matter of me getting their timing down. And I know in the second phase, you need to hit their backs. But for some reason, I'm having a lot of problems getting around. And so usually they are able to resurrect a couple of times, which is not ideal. So we might need to kind of problem solve that a little bit. And I might have embers in the ready just on the ready just in case we have a good run. Since, like you've seen, sometimes it saves your ass. Princes. Honestly, they were the toughest boss for me when I played this through. So if you're new here, this is my second time playing the game. Aside from my practice runs, I did one playthrough and this boss gave me the most problems. Like, oh my god, it took me like 8 hours. 8 hours. And so I was actually really excited today when I took them down in my practice run because, oh, actually, shoot, hold on. I don't want to lose those souls, so let me go and fix that. Sorry about that. I totally forgot that we just got a whole bunch of souls that we can buy some lightning resin for. And I think I'm going to have damage absorption. And I do have the... Oh, I guess I didn't pick it up. I didn't pick up the lightning clutch ring, but I don't think it's going to do too much. I don't think we need it. But yeah, it took like, I don't know, like 8 to 10 hours or something stupid on my first playthrough. And so I was really excited that like now I've gotten a bit better at the game and I can do it on SL1, which was really exciting to me. Because the whole reason I'm doing this challenge run is just to try to like learn this game because I love it so much. And it's just really cool to see like the progress you can make if you know, just keep practicing at these kind of games. Hardfart, remind me, because Hardfart was doing an SL1 run. Hardfart, where did you get to? Because I know Osiris ended it, but since he's more optional, did you do the princes on SL1? Or did you just kind of go in the same order that I kind of went in where I did Osiris after Dancer? Because I think you said that you had Pontiff down, which is really cool. And sure, why not?
Ashen 1.
Ashen 1. And I think the hardest move is that that kind of like, I don't even know, it's like a big swipe and then it's like a big magic thing that like goes down a line, travels down a really quick line. But even when I dodged, it's like I had to be running and dodging to get out of the way. And it one-shots you on SL1 and I died so many times in my practice runs to that. So hopefully I can get the rhythm down a little bit better for that. Let's see. And I'll have these on the ready if we're having a good run. I try not to waste materials. I mean, I know we can buy them at this point, but I'm a hoarder. I'm a hoarder by nature.
Welcome, good hunter.
Oh, welcome in where dragons dwell. How are you doing today? And are you a Soulsborne fan? Yo, what's going on? Not too much. We just took down Nameless King. It was messy as hell, but we did it. And now we have Old Demon King down, and we just have Twin Princes and Cinder. And then that's it. And I do have a channel point redemption that I've started if people would like me to journey into Ariendo. But we're having a good time, and we're glad to see you've joined us. Hell yeah, where are you at in your SL1 run? Are you doing DS3 as well? So if you're new here, this is my second challenge run. My first one was Dark Souls Remastered. I did melee. Am I gonna die to this guy? I did melee only, no pyromancy. And I'm honestly loving this run a lot more. I love Dark Souls 3. It's definitely my favorite. So I'm excited.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender. Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, then it all fade into nothing. You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
He's so cool looking. Scary though. Oh god. Oh. Wait, hold on. We gotta regroup. That was like awful. Hold on. Hold on. Woo! That's the move I was talking about that I always die. Oh, that was too soon. It was too soon. I'm dead. That was messy. Phase 2. I love the princess fight. Sick. Yeah, it's so fun. And Eldritch is like RNG dependent. Like if you get those arrows, I feel like it's game over. Game over, man. Game over. But you'll get him. You'll get him. 100%.
I'm on my way.
I really need to heal though.
Brother. Unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would. For that is our curse.
Too soon. That was my fault. It was too soon. I know I need to get further around the back, but it's a little hard. Get up. I need to heal so badly. It was so messy. Shoot. Hello, Skinny Savior is here. How are you doing, y'all? Hold on, we have to do a quick shout out for Skinny Savior. They are amazing at Resident Evil, and as someone who's just starting to get really stoked for Resident Evil 4, I was watching some of their... Oh! One sec. Commercial. Let me know when the commercial's over. We'll take a little break. We'll take a little hydration break. SUZ said hello. Are the ads done? For me, it's weird. It's showing that the ads are off, but it must be a little bit delayed on my end. So we're all back. So Skinny Savior is amazing at Resident Evil games. You remind me again. You said you're like in the top, what, like 10? Like, I don't know if it's like top 10 or top 10%, but like amazing. And so I was watching them play some Resident Evil today, and it was just blowing my mind. Like, so freaking talented. So please definitely go and check them out because they're so amazing. I'm getting very, very stoked myself for playing Resident Evil 4 because I've never played it before. Going into completely blind, aside from, clips that I've seen from the original, and I just can't wait. I'm so stoked for it. Of course.
Welcome, good hunter.
Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, Skinny. You have to let us know, do you play any soulsborne games? Which boss took you the most tries? I'm laughing because this is embarrassing. Osiris. And I'm not the only one. Like, when I got to that point, I was watching a lot of Lobos's first Soul Level 1 run, and obviously, like, Lobos is, like, one of the best players in the world. Lobos also took the most tries on Osiris. Like, that boss is weirdly hard at SL1, and I don't know why. Really? You got him first try? That's so funny. Yeah, and like same for me. Like I think I got Aldrich in like a couple of tries, but then like Osiris took like hours. Like it took, I think I might have taken longer on Osiris and Nameless King. No, that's not true. That's not true. I think Osiris definitely took the longest. And that's so funny. Really? No repose? That's bullshit. I was too soon. Oh, that was... I called bullshit. I thought I could have gotten the riposte there. All right, so now we know maybe next time don't go for the riposte. Shoot. Never played a Souls game until a month ago. I played Demon Souls, and it was very difficult. Did you play the original version, or did you do PS5? Oh, no worries on the follow. Like I've mentioned before to people, you never have to follow, you never have to subscribe, you never have to chat. Like, I'm just grateful for anyone who pops by, anyone who's lurking. Like, anything you do just means the world to me. So no one ever needs to feel pressured to do anything. PS5. Oh, I've seen clips of that too, or streams of it, and it looks so sick, y'all. Has anyone else played the PS5? I don't know if DMAC is still here, but I think DMAC might be streaming that soon. I've watched only like the beginning because, like I said, I don't want to spoil it. But a lot of people were mentioning that they actually prefer the OG version, but I'm not sure why. I don't know what the differences are. Yeah, it looked gorgeous. So my favorite game and also my favorite FromSoft entry is Bloodborne, and there were a lot of sections in the PS5 Demon Souls that looked like Bloodborne. So to me, that got me so excited. And I still need to check out Returnal because I've been talking about, like, I'm not sure what I would even use a PS5 for, aside from Demon Souls, but people were mentioning that Returnal is also very good. So I might have to look into that. Really? Oh, it's too soon. I need to heal. Oh. That one's really hard to time when he crushes it down. It's like you have to wait just like a second longer than I waited. So that was my bad. And also on that one, do y'all know, like, do I need to be trying to roll behind him when he does it? Because that's the move that definitely takes me out quite a lot. PS5 exclusive? Yes, it is. Yeah, unfortunately, Bloodborne, they need a port for it on computer, and I don't think it will ever happen. It's really disappointing. I'm planning to do a Blood Level 4 run at some point. I had started practicing it, but honestly, like, I came to the practice right after doing Sekiro, and the 30 frame rate, the 30 FPS on Bloodborne to try to do a challenge run, it was driving me insane. After like how smooth the combat in Sekiro is, I literally was like losing my mind. I was like, this is really bad. Like they need to get a 60 FPS or a PC port or something here. Oh, and the PS5 Demon's Souls, the OG is a bit too aged. That's fair. That's totally fair. I was blown away by how great it looked, and then I died a lot. I wasn't blown away anymore. Yeah, I die a lot in these games too. I think I've mentioned before, sometimes like on my first playthroughs, like the longest boss was Lawrence in Bloodborne, and it took me 14 hours. Like, that's so bad. It's so bad. But the thing is, like, I just love these games so much, and I'm just trying to get good at them, you know? On a perpetual quest to get good. Oh god, where'd he go? Like that, like I was running and trying to, like, that move is real hard. Because I was running and I was trying to dodge, but it's still, I was dodge, dip, ducking, and diving. Didn't do any good. I started the SL1 run to get better. Is this your first SL1 run doing DS3? I did Dark Souls 1 just because I knew it would be easier, but honestly, I regret it. I raged, so I don't rage in these games because I don't think it's really helpful, so I try to keep my cool and I just take a break if I'm feeling frustrated, but honestly, like, Calamite at SL1 for me makes me not ever want to play Dark Souls again. Like, I will at some point. I will. But, and the rest of the run was pretty fine up until that point, but I've never been so annoyed playing a game. It's actually like the only DLC boss I wasn't able to do on stream. I didn't want to face cam. I just wanted to record it. So I did record it just off camera, but yeah, I couldn't like stream and stay focused on it. But the rest of the DLC was really sick. Like a lot of, that was sort of like my first streams that I ever did because I'm pretty new to streaming. And it was just kind of cool to start with a really fun challenge run. And met like a lot of like cool soulsborne folks through it, which was really neat. You just get dropped in, it's so confusing trying to figure out what to do or where and how. Exactly. And I'm so bad, like when I play these games, I honestly don't read the lore, which is really bad. So I'm like super confused. Really? Oh god. No, I forgot that he can follow it up. Really? Shoot, damn. All right, I see you. I see you, Lorian. Not a good time to heal. What's a good time to heal on him? Aside from every time that I have not been doing. Yeah, when do you heal on him? What's the best way? Like, do you need to run away and make distance? Or, like, do you just maybe, like, wait until you dodge and, like, the same time you would attack, maybe heal? I'm not really sure. I need to find a better time to heal on those. Did he just one-shot you? No, my damage was a little low, but I couldn't find a good time to heal. Instead of attacking, you dodge and heal. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, too. And like I said, I did practice this earlier. I think it took me a couple of hours, and I might have just gotten lucky with some like RNG in the second phase. I don't know if we'll take them down tonight. I usually stream a little bit shorter streams on the weekdays, where I usually go for around like 2.5 hours or so, and then I do a longer stream on the weekend. So if we don't, like I said with Nameless King, if we don't take them down today, we'll take them down soon. And I'm just like really excited that y'all decided to stop by. I'm having so much fun. Thank you, Dragon. I mean, that's the like nice thing about having the practice run, because I've like theoretically already done this, so then it feels like, you know, if you've done it once, you know you can do it again kind of thing, which feels really nice. And that was like one thing I changed from my first SL1 run where I didn't have a practice run going. And I was like, it was so bad, y'all. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, my first stream, I was really nervous and I literally died to pinwheel, which is like, you literally just tap R1 and he dies, and I couldn't even do that. I was so nervous and I hadn't practiced it. I don't like where he's at. No, hold on. Let me try to... Maybe try it right away? It's probably not a good idea. Oh no. No. All right. Okay, just breathe. Phase 2. Just phase 2. No big deal. Just phase 2. All right. How am I still alive? What the hell? How am I still alive? What is this nonsense? Even I'm shocked and confused. Oh shoot, he does a follow-up. I didn't remember that. Now they cheat. I need to get out. How am I not hitting anything? He's trying to dodge it. Again, messy as hell, but we did it. These are not, this is not a hitless run, folks, but I don't even care. Like I said, this boss, my first playthrough, 8 to 10 hours, and I mean, we had to pull out all the stops, but we got them, and now we just have Cinder left. Oh my gosh! Thank you, Dragon! Also, is that, yeah, this Charizard. Oh my gosh, we have some other, I don't think DMAC's here right now, but DMAC does like the community Pokemon stuff, and so he's been kind of explaining that. I don't know a lot about Pokemon. I played Yellow a lot when I was growing up, but that's about it. And thank you, Hard Fart. So y'all, oh, let's chat for a second. So like I said, I usually do kind of shorter streams on the weekdays, and I This is as far as I've gone. I have not started to practice Cinder. So what we could do, I honestly am feeling really stoked about this, and I know it's a shorter stream, but I kind of wouldn't mind maybe just like ending it here and then practicing throughout the week, coming back on Saturday, because what I do on Saturdays is I do a longer split stream that usually lasts for about 4 to 5 hours. I start with Dark Souls and then I transition into Ragnarok afterwards. And so I'm thinking like maybe we could go ahead and do that, but like, if y'all really want me to, I kind of don't want to try practicing Cinder on stream just because I don't remember. I played this game once, like a couple of years ago, and I just don't remember, so it would be really bad. We could definitely like maybe just try like a couple of times until like we got to about 2 hours or so. But I actually don't even remember how to summon him. Like how do we even get Cinder to even come up? I don't even know. Are you gonna make a backup for SL1 DLC? Oh, do I need to do, because that's the other thing, like if I take, I mean, we're not going to take down Cinder tonight, I need to practice him, but if we take down Cinder, does it push you automatically into New Game Plus? Like, do I need to have a save at this point? Because I don't remember how this works, folks. I don't know how it works at all. Try a few times? Yeah, I think you can wait. Yeah, I think you can wait too. Because like I said, I have it set for a community challenge for, y'all, if you want to see me do Ashes of Ariando, and then like if we end up doing that one on stream, then wait, before I buy this, what is he even weak to? I don't even know. Do whatever makes happy. And DS1 brain. No worries at all. Yeah, so we'll try a few tries. I mean, like I said, you just have to remember, I have not seen this boss in 2 years. I've seen him once. I don't even know what he's weak to. I guess we could buy more lightning, but I don't know if we should buy, let's do like, I don't know, some lightning, and then we'll also get some charcoal. Soul of Cinder is probably the hardest. Yeah, and like I said, it's probably gonna take me a few streams for him, and that's also including me practicing off stream. Lightning is a good move. Okay, let's get the rest for that. And I saved these until I'm having a real good attempt. Real good attempts. Yeah, I think Cinder is gonna be real tough. Oh, no worries, Skinny. Thanks for the lurk. So how do I do this? How do I even summon him? I literally don't know what to do. How does it work? Is it something with the bonfire? Put the heads on the thrones. Okay. But y'all have to remember, okay, so if I do this, like these practice runs or these practice attempts where I haven't seen him, y'all have to explain. So I tried this the other day with Nameless King, and people literally were like coming in and being like, "Oh, is this your first time playing?" Because it was that bad. Like it was real bad. So we'll have to like let folks know so that no one's confused. It's not my first time. It's just gonna be a garbage attempt. And I think people usually use the what do you call it? Oh wait, that was dumb. Because you don't have to do anything with him, it's just the other ones. Okay. And I think people usually use the sword for him because it's faster, so maybe I'll switch back to the sword. But I don't even know. Because I'm not sure I've seen anyone use the axe for it. Like, I even forgot that he had a face, too. That his health bar just goes back. Okay. So, did I get all of them? Oh, I forgot the main one up there. Actually, I just want to read this because Holy King Lothric, last hope of slime. Okay. So I think that's everyone. And then I guess maybe I talked to the
Ashen One.
Yes, okay.
And let the Lord's ever true.
No. Oh god, could you imagine if I accidentally like muscle memory like leveled up right now? me so bad. Yep. Yeah, I have the prisoner's chain. Yep.
Noble lords of Cinder. The fire fades. And the lords go without thrones. Surrender your fires.
I did parry
True
on him. I'll answer that more after this. 1 second.
Let her grant death to the old gods of Lordrin, deliverers of the first flame.
So for Champion Gundyr, I did do parry because I like parries because I'm really bad at them, so I like trying to practice them and get better at them. So I did do parries, and on my streamed attempt, it was pretty much hitless. I got hit once, but aside from that, it was pretty clean. I did have to practice the parry timing a lot, and there were only 2 moves that I felt really comfortable with, like when he does his spin attack and then when he does his jump attack. You can definitely parry a lot more, but those were the only 2 that I felt super comfortable with, so I just kept my distance for everything else. Oh, Ryan! Oh, thank you so much. I mean, like I said, though, I have had practice runs off stream. I mean, if I do something that looks clean, it's only because I practiced a lot off stream. That's the only reason. I definitely am not like good at these games by any means, and it takes a lot of tries for me to figure anything out with them. The no DMG all bosses DS1, and the guy was talking about how he accidentally put the dusk ring on once and had to end the run. That's so bad. That's so sad. Oh my gosh. Even worse than leveling up. Yeah, because like at least with leveling up, like I have, like I said, I have practice runs going and I have backups made and stuff, so it wouldn't be a complete wash, but still wouldn't be good. All right. Oh wait, I don't even. Well, we'll assess what rings and stuff when we get a little bit closer. I don't even remember. I don't even know what this is. Like, I guess we just run up here. I remember he's like in a big field, I think. So, let's see. God, that's so cool though. Like that vista. That's sick. Oh, there he is. I don't even know, y'all. I mean, I'm assuming, like I said, I'm just gonna go and try it a few times, start practicing it, but I would assume he's gonna take multiple streams. Multiple streams. Because I don't even know. That view looks like God of War with the wolves. Oh my gosh, I know. That's so cool. Okay. And like I said, I don't remember this boss at all, so I'm probably gonna get like one shot immediately. Okay, let's see. What you got? What you got, Cinder? Okay, kind of a delayed overhead. Ooh, his timing. He's relentless! Oh my god! How am I still alive? No! No! By no means no. This is so bad. Hold on. Can you chill? Oh my god. Okay, overhead seems a good time to maybe heal. I know I'm just trying to see what it even does. Too soon. Too soon. Holy cow. Oh my god. Okay. No! Oh, that's really, really tricky. Oh my god, now he's got a spear. He's got a sword. Oh my god. Do those go away? Oh my god, when you even attack! What's that? I feel like Jack Skellington. What's this? What's that? There's magic everywhere. Okay. I don't know what those white things are doing. Like if they eventually converge. Ah. He has a backflip? He's got Cirque du Soleil up in this bitch. Oh my god. Don't dodge backwards with a big spear. We're gonna be here a long time. The SL1 grind, I struggled hard with it. Ryan, do you have any tips then? Like, I mean, because I'm obviously like, I mentioned that I'm going to try it a few times tonight and then just call the stream because I usually do shorter streams, but, and like off camera, I'm definitely going to be practicing and reading about strategies, but if you have any tips, his spear is really bad. Yeah, apparently you can't dodge anyway. I feel like I did the Prometheus school of running away from things. So it's a joke from Red Letter Media where, you know in the movie Prometheus, how they have that big ship that's just like careening and like somersaulting like a big donut, and the people run in a straight line where it's like, all they had to do is run to the side. They're running right in the line of the big ship that's trying to crush them. Very silly. You only fought him on sword and magic? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna, it's gonna be a while, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, maybe. It's just gonna take a really long time too, because we do no damage. I wonder if I should block. Woohoo! I wonder if blocking. Can you bait certain attacks of his that are good to punish? Oh, you tricky, thank you. Oh god. Oh god. The hell was that? What was that? Laser of doom. You avoided him at cost, but you pulled out the spear. I can see why. And the magic on him is pretty tricky too. That like big tunnel of light that he just beamed at me. Make a lot of noise in theater when they ran directly in the path of danger for like 4 or 5 seconds. And one of them is a scientist. That movie has so many poor decisions, like the scientists taking off their protective equipment to touch alien things. Like, I don't know what school these scientists went to, but I do not think they learned well. Maybe he's parryable. Ooh. Sword of Night in Flame. The laser's a really good punish attack. Yeah, because I'm assuming, like, when you learn the tell for it, you can maybe get behind him and get a few hits in, but I have to learn the tell.
Welcome, good hunter.
Hey there, Sir Boggett. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? And are you a Soulsborne fan? All right. No, he has a follow-up. Oh, Ryan, you know Sir Boggett? He only turns so much. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. I'll have to check out Sir Boggett. Do you? Yeah, I was assuming like with that answer. Oh my God, now I'm nervous. No, I get nervous whenever y'all like actually talented people come in. So I don't know how long you've been here. So I've played this game once before, and we've beaten everyone up until this point. I have not done any of this as practice for the Soul of Cinder. This is my first time seeing him. And so what we had planned to do, because I usually do shorter streams, is we're going to try him for like maybe another like 15, 20 minutes just to kind of play around with him. And then I'll practice him a lot off stream. I'll look up techniques on how to take him down, and then we'll try again on Saturday. Oh, okay, cool, cool. That's so cool though. I'll have to check out your stuff. That's so sick. So if you have any tips, because like I definitely, no? So that was too early of a dodge is my problem there. Okay, one. Does he go follow up? No. That's a tricky move. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. Can I just run away from you? Oh God, I'm like against the rock and a cinder. Oh wait, can we go this way? Oh no, oh no. I'm trying to... He's coming. Huh. I wonder if you just need to be closer on that so you can go under them or something? Okay. Oh God. He's got like a scimitar too? How does this guy have? He's like everything. Oh my God. I'm causing ecological destruction. Right now I'm just trying to see what he even does. He kills me, that's what he does. Even the backflip Cirque du Soleil thing cracks me up. Oh no. Is that power within when he strikes his chest like that? I feel like I've seen people do that, but I don't even know what it means. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much fun. Like, the only time I was getting a little, like, was on Osiris. I just wasn't too sure about the hitboxes on him sometimes, but I've had the best time. This is my second Soul Level 1 run. I did Dark Souls as melee only, and I'm having way more fun with this one. I love this game, and I love these bosses, and it's just been such a fun journey. I'm really digging it. Spear hitboxes tilted the hell out of me. Yeah, I think I like your technique of just staying the hell away from him when he busts out the dex weapon. I mean, it is a cool fight because he's like chatting with you and the whole like, oh, so what? It's like really, really fun and different. But I don't know. The hitboxes were making me a little testy. I don't rage, but I was feeling some maybe partially negative emotions. Too soon? Oh my God. I'm just scared. He's really scary. Can I just like bring you over here where I can see what's even happening? Oh my God. Overhead seems like maybe you could punish that. No, too soon. He has a long wind-up. It's really hard when you've not seen these moves. I just don't know when it's safe to attack. Oh man, his timing is really tricky. Maybe I should roll more into him. Okay, so my problem with there, I'm rolling, I'm not getting the timing right. It's a little bit more delayed, so I need to wait a fraction of a second. And I'm also just still not sure when he does follow-ups versus when he doesn't. So, yeah, I can tell I'm rolling too soon, though, I think is the problem. So I need to remedy them. Yeah, he has some really delayed attacks. And he just has so many. Like, it's going to be something where I'm probably going to have to watch a lot of people doing it and really, like, study and see, like, okay, when do people who know what they're doing, like, go in for attacks? What are the safe attacks? And I'm assuming you all would recommend one-handing it, though, for better stamina management, not two-handing for more damage. Let me know what you think. Oh, man. Oh, I almost remembered. It's like that weird, I don't even know what you call it. Can you just chill? This guy is no chill. Oh, I just don't know if I'm fast enough. Like, I'm like really, like, it's like I'm either too slow or not, you know, I'm too slow. Too slow. All right, so it's been going for about 2:11. Let's go until about like 2:20, so about like 9 more minutes of just like practicing around with this guy. Yeah, it does feel like Elden Ring. I need to, I've mentioned before on this channel, but I do need to like replay that game before the DLC. My opinion on Elden Ring is I think it's a masterpiece, but I was, and I did platinum it, like I played a lot of it, but I was really overwhelmed. It's a lot of game. It's a whole lot of game. And I just feel like I need to replay it to appreciate it all the way. And then he does that. I swear I knew it was coming. I still messed it up. No? Man, I don't know when it's... No! It's so hard to tell when it's safe. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just run away and see if I really want to bait something. No, I shouldn't have done the second roll. I should have just, like, attacked. The second roll is what caught me there. But then you need a second roll on that one. Can you tell the difference? Yeah, he's gonna take a while. Still, oh my god, no. What's this? What fresh new hell? Oh my god. Okay, no, we're not playing with this. We're not playing with this. We're gonna make some distance. Regroup. Hold on. No? Oh, so he does like a double spin of doom? I can't. I feel like I'm trying to. We both don't backflip at the same time. I wonder if I should block with my shield at all. If y'all have done a soul level 1 run on this, have you tried using a shield? Like, would I, if I had like the grass crest or the dragon crest for like 100% physical, maybe? I love Elden Ring, but the bosses have some annoying, crazy delayed attacks and 10-hit combos, which ruin the flow of the fight for me. That's why I like DS3 bosses. They're more fluid. Yeah, I really love the DS3 bosses. What bosses are your favorites? So I know Hard Farts mentioned that they really like Twin Princes and Gale. I love Dancer. Also, if I don't know if I should put Dancer's armor back on, if that would even help. I don't know why, but in my practice runs, I was having a little bit of a better time with this for some reason, and I'm not entirely sure why or if it was psychological. Nameless King is sick, so sick. I got a little lucky there. What's this? Oh my god. Nope. Oh, it's a double. Do you have to roll a double, I wonder? No! And also, should you stay close to him? Oh, that's AoE. Should you stay close or far away? What's this? You! Are you healing? Oh, jerk! He was healing, wasn't he? Soul of Cinder, Twin Princes, Dragon Slayer, Dancer, and Pontiff. I haven't played the DLC. I really love Dancer, and I think Sister Frida is a cool in concept. I'm not sure she really needed a phase 3, but Dancer is my all-time favorite. I just like her armor. I think the lore about her potentially being, it's that she's like Guinevere's daughter, I think, is kind of interesting. So definitely her. It's almost like this boss, you know, he's pulling out all the stops. Healing. I dodged too early. That was my bad. Oh god. Now I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, so when he does that one move, you have to anticipate that he's going to do the follow-up, and he does that like weird arm sort of shrug thing into you, and so I dodged a little bit too early, and I needed to wait just a split second longer on that. Yeah, we'll do a couple more attempts, but yeah, this is going to take a while. I'm not sure I'll be able to get him by Saturday, or get like a pattern down by Saturday, so we'll probably have multiple streams of this, but that's okay, because it is the final boss. A final boss of game should be hard, so this is totally fun, and I'm just enjoying myself. Even if I'm getting my ass handed to me. I got a little greedy there, shouldn't I? It's probably only one hit, right? Other than when he does that magic stuff. Oh god. What was that? Oh god. Woo! No. How do you have to learn how, if you're stuck out in front of them and you can't get behind, how you dodge that? Because that was not the way. It's like a big sci-fi tunnel or like laser. It feels very Star Trek all of a sudden. That was too soon. Oh my god. Here he comes. Oh, follow up. Shoot. No. Can we run away? Oh god. This spear is so scary. Oh god. Oh, I still got caught in. You know, like stun lock me. Shoot. I'm gonna have to learn the right positioning on the laser thing. Like I can tell when it's about to happen now, but I just have to get the right positioning on it. Alright, I think I'll do probably one more and then call it an evening, but god, this has been so fun. I can't believe we're at endgame, y'all. I can't believe it. Like I've mentioned before, I'm not really very good at these sorts of games, and when I set out, I was just gonna, you know, see how far we could get it, and I said I would just keep going as long as we were having fun, and the fact that we're like here at the end game is really wild to me, but we'll see. We'll see if we raise some community points to go into the DLCs. I will probably do the DLCs like off stream for sure, regardless. Just because I do think Sister Frida's a really fun fight. No. No. Oh god, it's so delayed! That I just don't have the timing down at all. Oh my god. Stop. Oh, I don't like this weapon at all. Nope, that was stupid. I shouldn't have killed there. I have no idea why I did that. Well, I know why I did it. I was panicking. I was scared. Oh my god, what's he doing now? What the? He's got poison? That's new. Nope, don't hack. Nope, nope. Oh my god. It's so bad. This is so bad. Nope. Oh my god. Yeah, do your backflip. Do your backflip. Oh, wait. Oh my god, love the vibe. Oh, your ability to live with 1 HP is amazing. Oh, I'm definitely living on like 1 HP in a dream. It's like, I feel like, oh, what's that song? Like Living on a Dream or whatever? Like, isn't that a Bon Jovi song? Or Living on a Prayer, but it's like Living on a Dream. I was squeaking on by. All right, so one more try and then I'll call it. But oh my god, this is, I mean, it's gonna take a while. It's probably gonna be multiple streams, lots of hours of practice off stream, but it's okay. It's okay. And y'all have to let me know, do you have anything fun going on this week? Like, what are your week plans? I'm always just so excited to see y'all, because like Mondays are not my favorite day, but like when I get to stream and hang out with y'all, it makes it all worth it. I was out of stamina. I was out of stamina. That was, wait, I was still alive. Weak plans work. Same. But I think I'm gonna probably go to the gym tonight, get some climbing in, and then Tuesdays I always do like my circus class, so I have some like physical activity and stuff, and the weather's been nicer here, so which has been really nice. Finally able to get outdoors and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I know it's like not, you know, we're just sitting around chatting, but I feel like 14 hours to get to the final boss, I'm happy with that. Like, I'm really happy, because in my like off stream, like my first practice run to get to this point, I think it took like 24 hours, and that was without chatting and like hanging out with y'all. So I'm really glad that even from like my practice stream to now, I'm able to see some improvement. And circus class, yes. So I've done like a whole, I'm just gonna, actually let me turn the music down maybe just a touch, because I know sometimes it kind of starts blasting, and I'll sit and chat with y'all for a little bit. And I'm gonna rearrange. I gotta get the gamer sit on. I've done like a few different types of apparatuses. So like I've done trapeze, I've done lyra, which is a metal hoop that you spin around in. And right now I'm focusing really hard on silks, which are like the pieces of fabric that you like tumble down. And I absolutely love it. Like for me, I found the community during a time in my life when like things weren't really going so hot, and I didn't really have a lot of like friends or community, and I found circus, and it's just been like the best thing. Like I literally, like the people in it are so encouraging, so supportive, and it really like uplifted me during a time in my life when like I didn't have a lot of good stuff happening for me. And so I always encourage people, like, sorry, I have cat. If you see me, I have cats, and so sometimes I have like little dust fur tornadoes. So that's what I'm doing there. But yeah, if you ever like, if you're someone who thinks you'd ever like to try a circus class, I cannot recommend it enough. Like it has done wonders for like just having like amazing people in my life, brought really fun opportunities and things that I would have never expected. So like, I definitely always recommend people check it out and try it out if they're curious. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And yeah, so basically, thank you so much for everyone, like anyone who was like lurking, keeping me company, offering tips. I appreciate the hell out of all of you. Like I can't believe we're almost at the end of this base game Soul Level 1 run. I'm so excited to keep learning and practicing this final boss. And I will be back on Wednesday with God of War Ragnarok. If you're new here, basically what I do is on Mondays and Wednesdays, I switch between a primary game and a base game, or a primary game and a secondary game, which is right now Dark Souls 3, Soul Level 1, and God of War Ragnarok, my first playthrough. And then on Saturday, I do a split stream where I start with Dark Souls, and then I transition into, after a couple of hours of that, I do a couple of hours of God of War Ragnarok. So thank you so much, Skinny. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, Ka. Oh, it was super fun. Thank you. It was super fun for me. Yes, hard part, always a pleasure. Oh, yeah, it was lovely meeting you too. I'm sure I'll see you around, Skinny. It's really great meeting all the new folks here. And even if you're lurking, I appreciate you. And I'm so glad that you all stopped by. Oh, Sir Boggett. Yes. And like I said, I get a little nervous when we have like Souls veterans here, like people who know what they're doing. Because like, I'm just, you know, having fun and learning. But I don't know, I'm just like over the moon that y'all decided to stop by. If Ryan says you're kind of cracked at these games, it means you must be pretty cracked at them. So now I'm like really intimidated, because like Ryan is also really like so freaking talented. So, but at any rate, I hope to see you all soon. And with whatever you get into this week, I hope that you have a lovely time. And if I don't see you again for a bit, just wishing you well. And yeah, hopefully chat soon though. So excited to see y'all. Welcome in Piper, welcome in Mike and I almost called you Canada, Ryan from Canada. How are you all doing? What are you all getting into? I think I'm gonna turn the music down just a touch while we sit here and chat, because I know that the music starts to blast a little bit. But I want to hear everything. Like, what have y'all been getting into? It's so good to see you too. It's so good. I just can't wait. I know we're starting like 1 minute early. I'm like, y'all have no idea how excited I am to try to take down Soul of Cinder today. I have been practicing it a lot, and I've got him down in my practice rounds a few times, so I have some strategies that I think could work today. But I think what I'm gonna do is, I don't know how long it'll take, but it could seriously just take like 2 hours or so, or even more. Like, this boss is really hard, y'all, at SL1. Like, even with practicing, we're gonna be here a bit. So I'm just really excited that y'all decided to come out and hang out. And like I said, I really want to hear what y'all are getting into. I'll turn the music back up a little bit. But yeah, this is actually going to be the first time I've done the boss with music on. The music was stressing me out too much in my practice runs, so I had to just shut it off completely. Just working and lurking on this lovely Saturday. Hopefully y'all are getting some good weather. We're finally starting to get slightly better weather here, slightly better. So I've been able to get outdoors a bit and am planning to walk around. Usually what I do on the weekends is, like, if you're new here, I usually kind of disconnect and go out into the countryside and take walks in the woods and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I have on the docket for this weekend, and I'm quite excited about that. I think we'll leave that. And I have done it with and without the prisoner's chain. It definitely forces you to get real precise if you don't have the prisoner's chain on. But I think because it's morning and the coffee hasn't kicked in yet, I think what we'll do is we'll keep prisoner's chain on for now. I'm gonna put that on. And I also have done it with broadsword and axe, but I think I'm a little bit better with the axe, even though it requires a bit more stamina. Oh, it's above freezing and bright and sunny. I'm going to try to get outdoors and get to that. Okay, you all can tell it's morning because I can't read. I can't speak. I can't read. Okay, let's try this again. I'm not a morning person. All right, it's above freezing and bright and sunny. Going to try to get out this afternoon for a bit. That's so fun. I hope that you have like a really good time outdoors. Y'all up in Canada get some wild weather though, y'all. Like, I'm usually there for the holidays when it's super cold. And I was in, I did like a little trip down to Montreal this year around Christmas time. And I just remembered like going down St. Catherine Street and just having the wind just absolutely buffet me. Like, I literally thought I was going to pass out from the cold. I've never been so cold in my life as when I've been in Canada, y'all. It's wild. And besides work, all I've been doing this week is snowboarding and playing Bloodborne. Oh my God, Piper. Okay, tell us. Okay, I have a lot of questions about this. So, like, do you snowboard and ski? I don't know. I don't think Hardfart is here just yet, but Hardfart is really into skiing and has been trying to convince me that I should try it at some point, because apparently you want to start with skiing even if your ultimate goal is to do snowboarding. I'm not sure if that's true. And Bloodborne, oh my God. So after this attempt, I actually want to talk to y'all. I've started learning Deathless any percent Bloodborne, and I'm really excited. So I'm curious, Piper, have you ever done any challenge runs in Bloodborne? Oh, it's so much fun. Yeah, I've never had the chance to do it. It's like I just have never, I've never grown up around places that had any mountains. I'm just a flatland gal. All right, first attempt of the morning, might be sleepy. Oh, and I remapped my dodge button because I realized that that's a roll catch. I'm dead. I'm dead. That was dumb. Not a good time to heal. I'm dead. That was dumb. That was really bad. That was so bad. So the problem there is I got roll caught, and then I messed up even worse by thinking I had enough time to heal. So that was really bad. Pretend you didn't see that. No one saw that. But what I was saying is I actually remapped my roll button to the left trigger because I feel like, I mean, I know that example was not great, but I feel like I'm better using the trigger for rolling. I saw nothing. God, welcome in. Oh my gosh, you grew up 6 kilometers from a ski hill? That's really close. And I know that that's just a little over 3 miles. I'm not a completely stupid American. I think I do that conversion right. I'm trying because I'm probably going to move to Canada in a few years. I'm trying to start to learn metric and all of that jazz. And Kawa, how have you been doing? What have you been getting into? We've just been kind of chatting about what we're doing this weekend. And I know you've been watching like The Mandalorian and kind of catching us up on like what's going on in the land of TV. So you have to let us know if you've done anything fun or watched anything. That's the same roll catch as last time. Why? Try to roll catch me now, Cinder. Yeah, on, that one is really, really hard to not get hit by. I'm doing so poorly this morning, y'all. Go to the left. Ah. That was dumb. When I should have done it, yeah. When he does, what's it called? Like the Kamehameha or something? That's when I should have healed. That was stupid. I'm surprised he's not staggering. Can you stagger? Oh god, I'm screwed. I'm dead. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. That's not what you want. You do not want him to have those, like... What I needed to happen is I needed a stagger there. And I think... Did I buff or something? Because I felt like he should have staggered. What you want him to do is you want him to stagger so that those things that are surrounding him will disappear. Because especially if he goes into pyromancy phase after, you don't want those up. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hardfart, welcome in. How are you doing? How are you doing? What are you getting into this weekend, Hardfart? Oh, yeah, that's so cool. 100% recommended over skiing. Okay. But I've heard that, like, you should start with skiing because it's easier to pick up, like, it's easier to learn initially. And snowboarding's a little bit harder to pick up. You live longer than I would if I would have tried level 1 run. Yeah, well, I know, like I said, like, I know I can do this because I've done it. So, like, it just might take a lot of tries because I'm really sleepy this morning. And I feel like it takes a while to get into the rhythm, especially, like, first thing in the morning. And still working on Wolong lately, and that's about it at the moment. Oh, yeah, Ryan is actually playing a lot of Wolong, too. Ryan, are you pretty close to, or, like, are you coming up on endgame? Because I feel like Ryan's really been, like, doing a lot of it. I don't know how long the game is, though. Endgame or snow. Oh, yeah, hope you stay warm, and thank you so much, Ka. Metric Imperial, learn the kilometers and temperatures, but pretty much everything else you can get by an Imperial. Perfect, perfect. That's good to know. All right, let's try buffing, because I wanted the stagger. I was not getting said stagger. Man, my dodges this morning are not good. I ran out of stamina. I got lucky there. I was getting greeds. That was it was bad dodge. Alright, that's what I needed. That was bad. I hope he does the coming idea. Oh yeah, there we need to kill. Shit. It's like, you just run away for this. Hold on. I could have punished there, but I needed to regain my stamina, because he quick and dangerous in this phase, folks. You just kind of want to run away. Don't get close. Don't get close. Oh god. Alright, phase 2. Here we go. Here we go. Let's freaking go. I love this battle, y'all. This is the first time I've heard the music, too. Because the music usually stresses me out. Here we go, Gwen's theme. I like to stay at medium distance. So I can come in. Oh my god, Stevie! Welcome in with the raid! How are you all doing? How was your stream? Let's get a quick shot here for DMAC. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you. What was DMAC playing? Ghost of Tsushima! Is this your first time playing Ghost? And what, Raiders, if you're not familiar, my name's Ren. I do a lot of Soulsborne stuff. I'm actually planning to start focusing on Soulsborne pretty much exclusively, along with indie horror and just like kind of horror in general, I guess. So I'm really excited to have you all here, and I can't wait to hear how everything's going. Zegra, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, and it is your first time playing. How are you finding it? I have heard really good things about it, and I do love the art style. Like, I've seen a lot of like kind of like little clips from it, and it looks gorgeous. Oh, thank you so much, Earshot. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. And Piper, you said that snowboarding is harder to learn initially, but you don't need to learn to ski before learning to snowboard. I just start snowboarding? Sick. That's so cool. I mean, I definitely want to learn both at some point. Hello, Earshot. Oh, that emoji's really cute. Oh, it's a kiwi. Oh yeah, Kiwi Kadota is awesome, y'all. I was really enjoying her Hades stream the other day, which is one of my favorite games. It's one of only 3 games I've ever taken the time to platinum, because I'm not usually a trophy hunter. Yeah, I was caught. I was well caught. Nope. That one you don't want, yeah, that one you don't want to follow it up, my bad. So usually what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at when he stabs, because a lot of times when he stabs or he does an overhead where he slams it into the ground, then it's safe to attack. But on that one where I think he had the flame on and he stabbed forward, you don't want to attack after. It's very pretty, but will take some getting used to. Yeah, I'll probably talk about it a little bit later, but y'all, I really like Soulsborne stuff. Like, I know when I started, because I'm pretty new to streaming, I kind of started focusing on it mostly in January, and I said that I was like, oh, I want to do like horror and story-driven and Soulsborne, but now I just kind of want to do Soulsborne with like horror sprinkled in. Like, I just don't think I'm like a story-driven kind of gal. I haven't been enjoying Ragnarok as much as I thought I would. Like, it's a masterpiece. It's an absolute masterpiece, but I'm starting to think it's just maybe those games are not for me as much as they used to be. And I think I realized it when I had a stream coming up for Ragnarok, and I just kept thinking how much more fun Deathless Bloodborne would be. Words I never thought I would say. I just love Souls so much. Oh god, okay. Well, that's not great. This is not ideal. We just gotta run away. There's not much you can do when he's doing this. He's gonna use Poison Fart Cloud, Bad Breath Cloud, Father Gas Coin Breath. This is probably not gonna be the run. I feel like I don't do well when he's not doing magic. Like, if he doesn't do magic as the second one, it doesn't go well. I'm too far. Sometimes when he somersaults back and does Cirque du Soleil, you can get it up on him. Okay. That was bad. I'm gonna have to really focus on jump. Heal. That was real close, y'all. I can't believe I survived that. Ecological destruction as per the usual. That one's so hard, that stab. I'm dead. I'm dead. Us 2 again. Oops. It's definitely much more stressful doing it with the music. I was talking about how in my practice runs, I always have to shut the music off. But honestly, though, when you heard Gwyn's theme here, did you not get emotional? Bloodborne PC when, right?
Good hunter.
Oh my gosh, Segra, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, I especially like during this Souls run, I swear there have been times when the frame rate's been real bad because it's on PS4 for just even Dark Souls. And like, I feel like especially with the 30 FPS with Bloodborne, it gets real frustrating sometimes. And Tog, welcome in. How are you doing? What are you getting into, Tog? Story driven on stream can be rough. I agree, like, because it's hard because you want to focus on the story, but you also want to like hang out with chat, and there's also a lot more dialogue to try to figure out like when, because you don't want to be speaking over the dialogue, but you also want to be able to kind of like chat. So it's really hard, and I you know, I'm new, I'm learning. I don't think I'll probably do too many story driven stuff going forward. And Mike, oh, I'm so glad that you enjoy indie horror as well. In fact, I'm kind of curious, have you all been playing any good horror games lately? I'm definitely getting stoked for Resident Evil 4, but I'm curious if, you know, you all have been getting into any other horror that you really like. And Souls games have this really crappy effect where they raise the bar for gaming and make other incredible games feel like they fall short. This, exactly. Like, I sit around and I just think and daydream about challenges I want to do in FromSoft games and how much I love these games, and every other game just doesn't feel as good now. It's like they've ruined it, but not really, because like it's just opened my, I guess, like my mindset towards a different type of gaming that I really enjoy a little bit more than other types. It's just like a preference thing. I heard you mention in your last stream before the stream and do what your heart says. Put God of War on pause and do the games you like. I was secure with whatever you choose. Aw, Mike, that's so sweet and kind of you. I really appreciate it, because like it's hard, you know, when you like maybe put a game on pause because you feel like, you know, have I let people down? Or like, you know, I know this game's a masterpiece, why don't I like it? And you have sort of like some hard thoughts, you know. I've been thinking a lot about it because it's like, it kind of makes you feel like you failed a bit, but you haven't. You know, it's just sometimes a game might not be for you, and there's nothing wrong with that. Pling, pling, plon. I'm here at work. Oh, no worries, Zegra, no worries. And is it Zegra or is it Zigra? I guess it's I'm reading it kind of the way that I would do like zebra, like zebra, but I'm not sure. Let me know, because I don't like pronouncing people's names wrong. And if I ever do mispronounce a name, please let me know. I'm really looking to your BB challenge run. Oh my god, I am so excited too. I am so excited. Which challenge runs have you completed, Piper? I always love hearing, because I know Ryan from Canada has done BL4 base game and then Dark Souls 3 all bosses SL1, which is really sick. And so far this will be, if I complete Cinder, it'll be base game for this one, and then Dark Souls Remastered I did all bosses, no pyromancy. But I haven't done a Bloodborne challenge yet, and I'm really excited. I think it opens your eyes to how generic so many games are. There's loads of great games, but there's a lot of shovelware. Yeah, exactly. And for me, honestly, like, I just like the kind of vague and mysterious vibe. I think a lot of games that are more, I mean, I don't want to use the word mainstream, but maybe a bit more like popular, or like, you know, like, I guess like AAA games. I don't know what you would categorize them as. Like, they handhold a lot, and they also like just tell you things like so like blatantly that it's just not as enjoyable. Like, I kind of like the mystery and vagueness of FromSoft games where you don't know what the hell is going on, but it feels like a really fun mystery to uncover. And it's, the games never like speak down to you or think you're too stupid to figure something out. And I really appreciate that. The demo of RE4. Oh yeah, has anyone played the demo? I haven't, because I'm avoiding all kinds of spoilers. Like, I'm not really watching the trailer, gameplay, nothing. Like, I want to go into it blind. But if you played the demo, let me know. I'd be curious. Oh, you hear both. I suppose I'll probably just say Zigra or Zegra. I'll probably say both. I know for a while I was pronouncing Toke Maestro's name as Toke Maestro. Like, I don't know why. I'm so sorry, Toke. That was so ridiculous. Any percent I wimped out on Logarius and Ebriatus. Oh, well, the Logarius run is stupid, y'all. Like, let's talk about worst boss runs, and Logarius is definitely one of them. And you haven't done any challenge runs yet? Yeah. You killed the important boss, then got a war. No need to keep going. That's true. For me, the game ended. Y'all, after, I don't want to do spoilers in case DMAC is still here, because DMAC, but basically, I took down an asshole. The asshole. And afterwards, I celebrated with a bottle of wine that was called Il Bastardo, like the bastard. And I bought the wine specifically in memory of this boss. Oh, you're doing the platinum in BB? Oh, DMAC actually just got the platinum, which was really, really sick. And yeah, the worst part about that is the chalices. So good luck. You'll have to keep us posted when you get it. I'd love to celebrate that for you. I don't mind a little more story than From Stuff. Oh my God. Atreus, well, Freya, I feel like Freya's backseat, I don't know, like backseat, I'm trying to think of like something that starts like backseat Bertha or something. I don't know. She gets on my nerves, and I know you can shut that off, but still, I was just like, damn, Freya, chill out, girl. Let me try to figure out this puzzle. Oh yeah, I just saw the DMAC piped in with the chalice dungeons. I haven't played Ragnarok yet, but I'm sure, yeah. Oh, you finished the chalices today? Hell yeah, that's so good. Well, you got the worst part out of the way then. What do you have left? Are you just collecting the, like the different weapons and stuff at this point, Piper, or what do you have remaining? Worst hitboxes in the game. Right here, folks. Worst hitboxes. Garbage hitboxes. Oh. Don't you heal. I should have. Don't you heal? Yeah, we're shutting that shit down right fast. We got Pyro Boy on our case. Cirque du Soleil up in here. At least we're getting phase 2 consistently. That's pretty good. Get out of this nonsense. Let him settle down with his temper tantrum. And going for one. And back it up. Oh god. So it's safe to attack, except I picked it! Oh god. I missed him. I can probably get one in, but I'm not gonna risk anything else. I'm not gonna... shoot. need heal. Wind grab. Shit. I biffed. I biffed. Uh-oh, get out. We did it! Oh my god, let's do it! Susan! Hell yeah, Susan! Also, Hardfart, can you tell us why is her name Susan? So Hardfart just kind of threw the name out there, and I have no idea. We've played the entire game, SL1, or vanilla bosses, no DLC. I have no idea why we Susan. And let's check our time. So 14:45. All bosses, I'll take it. I'm really actually pretty proud of that, and I'll explain why. Let's go back to the title screen real quick, and we can chat and catch up. Oh my god, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy.